What if everything thought to be solid wealth, the safe bets, the pension plans, the smart investments, all just chains? Chains that keep millions stuck in a slow suffocation, watching their money lose meaning as the world speeds past them. The truth? The old roads to wealth are crumbling beneath your feet, and every day you waste clinging to them is a day you fall further behind. Yes, that sinking feeling you know so well. When the market dips, when inflation eats your gains, when opportunities seem to vanish behind walls built by gatekeepers, regulations, and outdated systems. That frustration, that gnawing anger, it's real and it's justified. You see others striking gold in places you never dared to look, places labeled risky, confusing, even reckless. Crypto tokens, digital assets born from the chaos of decentralization, are rewriting the rules of finance. But they're not a gimmick, not a bubble, and certainly not a gamble for the reckless. They are the future's currency, the new vessels of wealth creation, waiting for those who dare to step beyond comfort and conformity. Stop pretending the old world will protect your future. It won't. Those safe investments tied to legacy industries are pits of slow decay. The digital revolution is merciless, and only those who harness new tools will come out roaring. Crypto tokens are more than just coins or symbols. They're programmable ownership, freedom wrapped in code. Each token represents a stake in projects, platforms, real-world assets, and innovations that governments and old-school investors don't want you to understand because it shifts power away from them. Imagine owning not just stock, but a tangible piece of something you believe in, something that grows because it's designed to evolve with global needs, not keep bowing to outdated systems. But here's the critical truth. Jumping into crypto tokens blindly is a death sentence for your bank account. Most get lost in hype and illusions. Promises of fast riches and easy jackpots lead straight to ruin. Look for tokens tied to real utility, built by visionary teams obsessed with solving massive global problems, not just riding waves of speculation. The secret is laser focus, relentless due diligence, and most importantly, seeing beyond the shiny surface. Ask, what value does this token actually unlock? Who drives its ecosystem? And can they pivot when the world changes? Is there a concrete community that backs it, fueling growth not with hype, but with actual adoption? If these answers are vague, run. Here's the game changer. Combine your founder's instinct and investor's rigor to spot projects that are forging the infrastructure of tomorrow. Not just financial play, but the backbone systems of decentralized finance, digital identity, supply chain transparency, and data ownership. Tokens powering interoperability, those that build bridges between blockchains or create new marketplaces without gatekeepers. They're not just investments, they're movements. The explosive growth comes from projects that don't ask for your trust, but earn it through transparency and technology. Invest where the ecosystem is self-sustaining and multiplying, because that's where true wealth breeds. You've been told to compete in markets designed to strip you of momentum and autonomy. Crypto tokens flip this script upside down. They allow you to co-create value, not just passively bet. Imagine being a part of a decentralized autonomous organization, DAO, where decisions, power, and rewards are shared, not hoarded by CEOs or opaque boards. This is not crowdfunding. This is ownership redefined. You become a stakeholder in a new form of capitalism that's immediate, global, and accountable. Can you feel the pulse? This is not a trend. It's a revolution screaming for those hungry enough to break their chains. But beware complacency disguised as knowledge. The cryptosphere is littered with failed projects and scams designed to trap the naive. The antidote is to relentlessly build your own map, track tokenomics, understand how supply and demand interact on-chain, watch developer activity like a hawk, follow liquidity flows, and monitor network adoption with cold precision. Use analytics tools, but don't blind yourself. Always question the story behind the numbers. When a project's leadership is suddenly anonymous, or the communication dries up, lights should flash red instantly. Trust is earned daily, never blindly. Crowds tend to herd into obvious blue-chip cryptos. That herd mentality creates massive bubbles ripe for collapse. Instead, hunt for hidden gems where the technology solves a real problem that's so obvious once seen, adoption will explode. Think beyond coin prices. Evaluate partnerships with real businesses, regulatory compliance strategies, and the adaptability of the protocol. Be pragmatic but relentlessly speculative where it matters, especially on early-stage tokens with solid fundamentals. It's the only way to catch the next tidal wave before it becomes a tsunami. Here's a burning truth few admit. True power in crypto investing lies not only in buying, but in active participation. Stake your tokens in governance, run nodes if you can, contribute code, or help grow the community. Every act of involvement deepens understanding and aligns you with those truly transforming the financial landscape. Passive holders are at the mercy of price swings. Active participants shape the ecosystem and, by extension, their futures. This is how ordinary investors transcend into unstoppable founders and leaders. Forget waiting for the traditional gatekeepers or financial experts to give you a green light. That world is losing relevance every moment. The new paradigm demands that you take control. Blend your unique vision with rigorous analysis and act boldly. Diversify but don't scatter. Build a core portfolio of solid, vetted tokens while reserving some capital for calculated high-risk, high-reward plays in emerging sectors like NFT infrastructure, Web3 social tokens, or decentralized Oracle services. This balanced approach prepares you not just for wealth, but for influence in what comes next. To those still chained by fear or confusion, recognize that standing still is losing faster than any bad trade. The pain of missing out is real and gnaws at the soul, but the pain of reckless plunging is far worse. The ultimate weapon to kill hesitation is education and network. Find the few, communities of founders, investors, and builders who don't just speculate, but create symphonies of innovation daily. Your value multiplies when you connect with minds sharp enough to challenge the status quo and bold enough to create a new system beyond borders, false promises, and limits. The world you were told to accept as fixed is tearing apart. Borders, old wealth, slow systems, they all fall. What rises is a cosmos of tokens, networks, and autonomous entities where wealth is created not from scarcity, but from shared innovation, transparency, and agility. But it is not for the comfortable. It is for those who can burn through frustration and anger and channel them into fierce action. Those who refuse to be prisoners of illusions and instead claim a new kind of freedom. If that flame burns inside, the path is clear. Master the art of crypto token investing with discipline, insight, and relentless participation, and watch as the new waves of wealth wash away the old world's ruins. This isn't just investing, it's revolution. Step into it or get buried beneath it.